Chapter 20 of Tanya in our series of this cycle that we're studying the Tanya daily. And in this chapter, the Alter Rebbe takes the concept that he introduced before, that every single Jew has within them an inherited love to God, with a full faith in God, but that lies in the beginning or in the top of their structure of attributes in Chachma. And only when Chachma is challenged, everyone, the hidden love of God is woken up, and therefore they will not allow themselves to be disconnected from God. But in all other regular daily activities, it's possible to get covered over in the rest of the person's life and the rest of the person's soul areas. But the truth is, the Alter Rebbe says, that when you think about it, the idea of realizing there's only one God and you're not allowed to worship idols is really what should animate us never to be disconnected from God. Because the truth is, we are disconnected from God if we even do one sin. Not totally will we become disconnected. So the question the Alter Rebbe poses here is, how could we say that for all other mitzvahs, they're connected to the most important of unity of God and of idol worship? Most of the mitzvahs have no connection. So yes, it's true that if you do a mitzvah of God, or if you follow the mitzvahs of God, first you have to believe in God. If you don't believe in God, or you don't believe that there are no other idols, then there is the basis is missing. But that's only a first step. It's not included in it, all the other mitzvahs. And here we said they're equal. You get disconnected in an equal way. How does that happen? So here the Alter Rebbe tells us that when Hashem gave us the 10 commandments, it says that we heard the first 2 commandments were heard clearly by all the Jews. The first 2 commandments says, I am the Lord your God, and do not have any idols before me. Why only these 2 commandments did we hear from God? Because these 2 include the entire Torah. They're not just a preface, they include the entire Torah. The positive commandment, I am the Lord your God, includes all of the positive commandments, the 247 other ones, the 248 in total. And the negative commandment, don't have any other idols before me, includes all the 364 other ones, the 365 negative commandments. How is that? How can it include? Because our belief in God is not that God is the most powerful person or God is the most important being in this world. Our belief is that the unity of God means that there's nothing else that really exists in this world. Everything comes from God. Everything is an extension of God. As it says, Atahu, you are the same before the world's created, and you are the same after the world was created. What does it mean, you are the same? It means that nothing has changed. From God's point of view, nothing has changed. This world has not added anything. It's not like there's a new entity called the world. There is nothing new. So the world is just an expression that's of God that's a much more external, just like a human being. Speech, we speak, and we can speak endlessly. But our power of speech is not much compared to the power of thought. The words that are in our thoughts. And the words that are in our thought are nothing compared to the source of the thoughts, which is our 10 attributes, our intellect and our emotions. Where there are no words. So the deeper you go within the person, the words that are expressed are so far removed from the essence of the person that are speaking these words. And so too it is. This world seems so external and so far from God, but really it's totally unified and one with God. So when you do a sin, you're not just going against an important person, against an important being, the king of all kings. When you do a sin, you're going against the essence of this world, because every part of this world is an expression of God's unity. And it's a negative commandment, it's akin to idol worship. The positive commandment is akin to the unity, expressing the unity of God or going against the unity of God. And therefore, every mitzvah, when we violate a mitzvah, when we transgress, that's what's happening. We're going against God in that mitzvah. And that is why, when you think about it, every mitzvah that every sin that we do is really disconnecting us from God. And that is what everyone is capable of thinking of and coming to that conclusion. So this concludes chapter 20. To see all the rest of our videos on the Tanya, go to Chabad of the Town YouTube channel.